It is absolutely freezing. It is -2 degrees out right now, but we got work to do on the Fiesta. And if you want to know what we're doing, get back and watch old videos. Lots going on to make that car a show car. Somebody said, good build, that will never be a show car. You don't know me, you don't watch my channel, you know nothing about me, because watch this space, it will be. Bit of work in there, doesn't hurt anyone. But anyhow, a lot of people have said to me, what's been happening with the Escort, Dan? So, the Escort, let's put a video up now. And I want to say a big thank you to Keith from Quest Motorsport, who has taken 3 degrees on my map. It was pinking a little bit on full sends, so I tuned it down a bit. Now the car absolutely drives a dream. It is an absolute handful, and it's only running on wastegate pressure. So yeah, I can't wait to get that dynoed, and there'll be more of that on the channel soon. But today, we are on the Fiesta RS Turbo. Yeah, it's come a long way, and I'm happy. Quick recap on the car for everybody. So we've built up an inner sill, completely built up an inner sill. We've built the inner sill section at the back. We've put a full sill on the outside. Bit of welding there to do. We have done in here, we've done the rear quarter, and yes, it's got 2 dents in it. Yeah, I know. Dent puller, not a problem. I will get them sorted. Today we're going to be tackling this. Then we're probably going to clean this up, cut the bit of the front off. I might put the wing on. Why wouldn't I? Because I think that would look neat, wouldn't it? And I'll put the door on too. We'll see. Might even drop this front drive side subframe and look at doing a repair in there, or at least start cutting the floor out. What I do want to do though is first of all say a big massive thank you to Dean Hurst. So he sent me a brand spanking new set of plug weld pliers. Boom, I really could do with these. He's also sent me 80 flappy wheel discs. 80, mind. I thought he was going to send me 20 as a cheers, like, but, and then this. All jokes aside, okay, so hold on a minute. So this is a fully rechargeable LED light for when working on a car. Amazing for in the pit and for welding, and it's rechargeable, so that means I can put my heater on the same time. Excellent. Thanks mate, I'm absolutely blown away. It is absolutely freezing. I'm such a slob, honestly. I'm putting none of my tools by, and I haven't even plugged my power on, have I? Here I have. Yep, working. Don't do that at home. Always wear goggles too. When I'm doing this, I can smell a bit of filler. So the car has been painted before. It is a straight car. It's a cat straight car as well. No ticket on this. But yeah, I'm going to clean up around here quickly now. Clean up around there. Spot that in, clean that up. That's all been treated. It's had rust preventive on anti-corrosion stuff and weld through primer. That just goes to show how cold it is in the unit. It's brought to my attention, however, I got tagged in a post the other day, no names mentioned, there is another Mercury Grey Mark III Fiesta being restored on YouTube. And that's getting one hell of a following. Why aren't you following this one? This has got way more work. And that's just a car to flip. This is going to be a car built, and I mean built to a high spec, I like to think. But yeah, watch the 2 of them, it's interesting. I've been watching it, and I watch that guy's channel anyway. So no hate for him, he's doing a job on it. So if you do watch this video, it's interesting. I've always thought, if whoever's building that Fiesta is watching these videos, drop a thumbs up, it'll be interesting to see. Anyhow, let's get back to this and stop waffling on. And I do apologise, I was negative in my last video because I was having a bad day. So please, forgive me for that. So because the metal is really thin here, you've got to kind of sometimes flow it down to get it. So I'll do that and I'll grind it back, and then obviously I'll give her a nice weld on top. I don't want it dropping down like flames in there as well, because that's like wax oil, do you know what I mean? Where I think I've cleaned it all, you don't know, do you know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna crack on this quickly off cam. Okay, so that is the first going over. A few little holes there. But in fairness, that has come in lovely. So this is coming up, and then obviously I'll join up there. It's brazed normally. Drill the spots out, put another spot in there. But this metal is so thin, so you'd have to pull it up rather than blowing holes and drip it down and grind it. So a bit of like grinder work and stuff to do here. Yes, I said grinder work, because the metal is so thin, and it's like skill set, so it's a bit of a longer wire, and then pull it, bit of heat, drop it down, let it flow, and that creates your metal. That is rock solid though. Once that's grinded back, it'll be lovely. It'll have a skim of fiberglass then on top, and then body filler. But yeah, that flows lovely, there's no warpage. I'm well happy with that. And one of my new mottos is gonna be, don't do a job if you're not prepared to leave it halfway through and somebody to critique it. So, and by that I mean for it always to look good, not messy. Do you know what I mean? Because anyone can weld messy and finish it off with product, but I want it to be always good all the time, if you get what I mean. I will take that all day long. So the metal is really thin, so grind that back with a stone, left that back so it gets brazed there, but this is getting cut out to about here today and replaced. It's nice and neat all the way down there. That will have a skim of filler now. Well happy with that. I do need to grind that back a little bit and put some primer on it, because I've realised it's starting to corrode already. Do you know one thing that really gets me though, okay? Online. I wouldn't do this if it wasn't for the fact there's some great followers. But I always see on people's posts, gosh, it's freezing. Jesus, well straggling there, boys and girls. Everybody says, what they say, grinder and paint, for welder they ain't. I don't think anyone understands, and nobody knows how to weld. And the people who comment are the people who are clueless, and they only see these £200,000 restorations. So yeah, so let's keep it real, everybody, and let's get those positive comments down below. Keep them coming, because they make me want to continue. Yeah, hold on, that is a cracking transformation. So ta-ra to that, and dana to that. God damn it, that's not even from doing anything. I've caught it on something else, not even working on a car. Honestly, what a state. Give that 5 minutes to dry off now. Do some editing on the video, but yeah, that's been primed now. I've gone back over here, that's been primed. Pushed a bit of a dent out. Need a primer. I need to finish welding this sill on now actually, because I'm going to cut the scuttle out. And yeah, we're probably going to cut this off the front now. And we're going to put the wing on as well. We might weld the wing on, guys. We'll see, we'll see. I've got big aspirations today, but it's freezing. So even though you can't see this section, okay, it's important, it's still got to look neat, doesn't it? You can't, like I say, you can't have it looking messy. So we're trying to keep it in line with factory. So you'd have seam sealer on top of here. You can have a wing on top here, which will be welded and welded to there. But yeah, behind here now, this will be nice and neat, and nothing will get in the welds now. We can leave this dry a little bit, and then we can put some primer on it. just a little bit under there because I don't want to leave any gaps. I'll ground that off again. But at least the sealer is taken to where I want it to go now. Yeah, I'm more than happy with that result. Don't know how I always manage to get a hold of my glove when sealing. Always. Madness, guys, madness. So yeah, Farmer's up here now. I don't know if you can see him in his fucking camo. He's come up to see how to do it. Remember the other one that was next to the unit a few weeks back? That was Palmer's car, so he's come up how to see to do the work now, isn't it, Matt?
Taking tips here.
He's taking tips off us, he is. I don't know if you can see him, you can see his ginger beard, but he's wearing camo up the back, he is. Yeah, so all jokes aside, me and the boys, we love a bit of a banter. I've known Palmer for years. I'm sure I've mentioned on channel before about he dislocated my finger. If you're watching Palmer, remember that? I'm sure you do. When we do my supercharge on my G40. But yeah, off camera he was very complimentary and he is doing his own, so maybe we'll get some footage of his car on a channel in a bit. Right, anyhow, that's me waffling on. Let's cut this out for a second and let's see where we are with it. Whoop, whoop, we're not on. Oh, it is on. Right, let's roll. Okay, so I've cut that bit of scuttle out and it wasn't as bad as I thought. And I have a replacement bit in. We've got some weld-through primer just drying off. I need to nip out. A little bit disappointed because I've left a bit of a gap there, which I didn't think I did, but clearly I have. Anyway, I'm going to leave this and then I'm going to weld this up and then I'm going to come back in a bit and then just finish it off. Look, it's not a million miles away. It'll be done, it'll be tidy, I'm sure. Actually get to use my new weld-through pliers. Absolutely landed this. Chuff, guys, chuff. That's an absolute game changer. I'm not just saying this now. For me when I'm gifted. This is probably the best tool I've got. Absolutely amazing. I'm well happy with them. Like, literally well happy. Okay, so as I said, I left the gap there. My does look ropey right now. They'll be buzzed down. They're actually really nicely welded. I'm going to infill this. That's how you do it. So you bridge it down and then I'll weld from there to there, there to there. You'll see the difference now when it's done. It won't look nothing like that. But I'm an honest guy and I'm showing you how it's done. But yeah, that fits lovely. That's all in nice. I need to nip out now. I'm going to come back and then get this welded. But yeah, well happy with today's progress so far. Okay, so yeah, I've had to infill that. Let's take out a little bit because it's a bit close. Grind that out now. Finish grinding that out, so obviously it's been joined and welded across here. That's where the weld's a little bit high. I can fill that in realistically, but it's going to get a fiberglass skim anyway. That needs to be ground out just a bit more now to follow a line across here. I need to fill this in next. And then yeah, I'll get this into primer. And then what we can do then is clean all this up underneath here and maybe get the wing on and get the door back on today for you all. Okay, so yeah, very happy with that. So that's run down there now. Bit of grinding left. Gonna put some into primer now. Just needs a bit of filler and aerosol to fiberglass to tidy it up. This up here has been gone over again and that is really neat. I'm happy with that. The screen will bond lovely now. So that's a job well done. So quickly, anywhere I've welded at the moment, it's just had a blast over with some weld through primer. All this has been replaced today, that's been replaced. I finished the welding and I've sealed it. I weld through primer and cleaned here, ready for the wing. I weld through primer all the way across here and in that section. And I've redone the quarter as well. So next job, let's clean this up then, shall we? This takes 20 minutes to dry, so let's get some weld through primer on here now. It was clean, to be honest, just needed a bit of that surface scratch. Right, we leave that set. Spot welds drilled with zinc primer applied. Okay, so for the purpose of fitting the wing for now, I need to remove this. So this is spot welder across here. I'm going to, however, cut at the moment directly straight across the bottom. And then what I'm going to do then is do the balance later, balance it up where I've got 2 wings on the car. And then fix the bowl later. Little patch off, cut out on here, do that, treat this and see how we have it. But this is solid, but yeah, this needs to come off. So we're going to do that quickly. Kind of exciting, isn't it? So again, I've not got my, what's it called? Mics on, so I apologise, I've dropped audio. I've got my glove on upside down. Can't see that doing much good, but or not having it plugged in. I need a sweep up. That's what I need to do next. Okay, so the ball is right. exactly why so when this is watching this, he puts god awful RS500 the cooler in front. Just stay on that. And if you are watching, put it in the comments. Yeah, that's going to have to all be gone back and cut back. I'll rebuild that section up there as should be. That's not too shabby though. I could cut that off or spot weld on top of it. I'm happy with that. Right then, so busy boy. So look. So yeah, I've put the door on and it doesn't have rubbers in it so it doesn't sit flush, but it is in line. I've held the wing on with a self-tapper for now. Me and Matthew come up, we've had a look at a gap and stuff on it. Bit of a job gap door on my own, hit my shoulder. So yeah, we've got, well, I've welded the thing and he's held it for me, bless him. Which now leaves us to plug welding down the side, which I'll record for you now. Bit of grinding, a nice bead down the front, which I want to do. Get a nice feel like factory or OEM kind of look. And then spot the bottom on. But yeah, that's me waffling on. Let's get some time lapse up. Let's get some welding up. Where's my glove? Lost it. There it is. Yeah, who would have thought a few weeks ago when you started watching a channel we'd be this far along already? Did you? Again, work that one, work this one. Don't want to warp this panel. Can't see this bonnet. That's tidy. More than happy with that. These are glowing. They look great. Right. So we need to plug weld thing for that one and that one. But yeah, well happy with that. So I'm actually going to weld this one whilst holding my phone. This might not end well. Better than I thought. Okay, so gap is lovely. Pull this just, it's an aftermarket wing, okay? So it's about 2 mil, which I could work with there. But we need to pull this up just a little bit. So when we put the bolts in, I don't know if you see, that's perfect. You see this more because obviously the weld down there. And we put rubbers in the bonnet too. But yeah, so it runs nice in line down here. gaps matched, I mean, so it is a 4. So look, this side even sits further up. So by the time we do the hinges, all that kind of stuff, sick. And the door gap is absolutely lovely all the way down. Got to weld the bottom in now. I'm absolutely stinking today, guys. Absolutely stinking. Okay, so spot weld, what's it called? Pliers is on. Mask down. Let's see what we're doing. Lovely. Let's move our across now. What I absolutely love about this pliers is that you can weld the heat through it. And not worry about burning throughout the back. Amazing stuff, everyone, amazing. And if it does burn throughout the back, you've got watercolor in here, what's it called? The copper behind. That is glowing. Can you see that on the camera? Doesn't seem to have stuck. Better. Get a bit more on it, actually. Somewhere else. Perfect. Oh, she's solid, boys. She is solid. Okay, so if you look at this, this is a factory seam sealer, okay? So a lot of people like screw these on, rivet nut on them and stuff. We've gone for the weld. So yeah, see that line? We've actually mocked it up and made it the same. It's nice and neat. Obviously it needs to be painted. But yeah, so we've got that line. We've buzzed all these down, other than the top ones. Difficult to get to the hinge, so I need to obviously take a hinge off. But I'm put some weld through primer on this area now. And yeah, that is the wing done. I'm absolutely in shock with how good this car is coming. Who would have thought I'd been this far ahead? And do you know what, in the little time I've been working on it. But yeah, it's come in. Tell me what you think of it. Would you do anything different? Well, look, there's different ways of doing everything, isn't it? Do you mean? It's what works for you. But yeah, what's your thoughts, everyone? Am I doing good? Am I doing terrible? There we go. Let's have a look. Factory fresh. To be honest with you, I couldn't resist it, guys and girls. I've literally just put the kit back on, only with more grips and clamps, whatever. But yeah, what a sense of achievement and worth. I'm well happy with that. It all lines up too. Okay, so that's escalated fast. Didn't show you none of this. So if you look here, that's a drainage hole. But there is a hole. So unfortunately, I've had to take the subframe off and do the anti-roll bar to get to all of this. So let me flick this light up. I don't know why I wheel all this, I'll clean all this up now. That's a weepage hole. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. That is solid because that's obviously structural. This is solid, it's where the flow goes to. I'm going to treat all this now. We'll clean all that first of all on a knot wheel. Show you then what's what. Maybe I might make this plate up here all the way to the edge and then use the cut of the actual floor of the other side. I don't know. Let's see how this pans out. But this is actually a rock. It's solid, honestly. It is solid. It's had a needle gun on it. That's why it's done that. But yeah, let's not wheel this. Okie dokie. Right, let's not wheel this up then quickly. See the damage. So next time we come up, I can go from there. Right, that's all actually. Should have goggles on, I forgot to put them on. We're definitely putting goggles on. Hold tight. Ah, there we are. I look like Norris off Coronation Street. Show my age now, everyone. Oh, my battery's gone flat after all day. Right, let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to show you that and then I'm going to leave you in suspense for the next video. So I got some cutting out and some fabricating to do. But yeah, again, I'm looking forward to it. Also, I need some new gloves. I also need now knot wheels and maybe some tiger seal and stuff. Oh, and I've also snapped my phone stand for recording the videos. So yeah, that's on my now wish list. Let me show you this anyway. Okay, this is rock solid. So what we're going to do is cut that out probably and put the new hole in, die it in like, cut around here and build this section up. Where I build it up out of new product or I build it up out of, I use it off the old floor I have over here. Let me show you where I use this maybe. I don't know, maybe I could actually cut this out all the way to here and put it back in. Don't really want to be taking this section off, drilling all these out, putting it in and then refitting this, because again, I don't necessarily need to. Maybe I will do this. Let's see what I go home, have a think, have a nap as you do. But yeah, right, I'm gonna have a sweep up, hit like, sub, enable notifications. Thanks for watching and I'll see you on the next one. But don't forget to comment and be nice.